Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. My name is Drago, and welcome to episode 3 of my Dark Souls 3 Platinum Trophy Guide. A lot of 3s today. So, as you can see, I've farmed for over 20,000 souls. I have 21,090, and that is enough for me to buy the tower key from the Shrine Handmaiden. Today's episode, it's going to be fairly short. We're just going to go ahead and do some farming, or I should say exploration of Firelink Shrine. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase the tower key here. And this will help us open the tower right outside of Firelink. And right now we got fogged off. This is actually not a glitch for all those who are wondering. This right here happens when the area loads up. The game actually loads up Firelink Shrine faster than other areas. However, you can't access the outside of Firelink Shrine immediately. So that's why you kind of get this fog. In order to open the tower, you have to buy this key, or there's alternative skip method where you can actually do some creative jumping. But for all intents and purposes in this video, I'm just going to go ahead and purchase it. I got enough souls, and I'm not really too worried about spending them elsewhere. Now, first things first, we're going to go ahead and go straight to the top of this Firelink Shrine Tower. Now, what we're going to find there is a Firekeeper Soul. A lot of you will remember Firekeeper Souls from Dark Souls. That was the item that increased the strength of your Estus flasks. However, it serves a different purpose in this game. So let's go ahead, pick it up, and check out the item description. Soul of a Firekeeper who returned from the Abyss. This Firekeeper preserves the bonfire and serves as champion. She is said to have soothed and accepted the Dark Sigil, which has tainted her soul, and that her soul will one day embed itself in the bosom of another Firekeeper. So, here we go. As you can guess, this item is given to Firekeeper, and this will enable her to heal the Dark Sigil. Dark Sigil is basically the Halloween mechanic in this game. Now, if you remember, we have freed Yoel of Londor NPC, and I'll go ahead and touch base with him once we get back to the shrine. But for now, as you can see here, there's a little jump spot, and this is actually a tricky jump to pull off. You need to roll off kind of at the right spot, otherwise this exact thing will happen. So as you can see, I just ended up falling off the ledge here, and usually it takes me a few tries. The trick is to kind of roll off at the right spot, otherwise you'll either slide off or you'll miss the jump entirely. So we'll go ahead and talk to Yoel of Londor. You also get a gesture from him as well, and you do get the dark sign. Let's check base with Greirat first, and give him Loretta's bone.
Heavens, she was up. Thank you. I'm not surprised, though. Almost a relief, really. You can keep the ring as, well, a little trinket of thanks, I suppose. You can keep the ring as... Goodbye. And stay. Oh, this place is a bore.
And you can see Greirat is reflecting on how boring the Firelink Shrine is to him. And it's actually him because later on you will be able to send him out on thieving expeditions, and he will come back with more items. Let's go ahead and check with Yoel.
Oh, our champion of Ash, welcome home. This pilgrim with a debt in death hardly deserves to behold this divine flame. And I never would have, had you not taken me into your service. I thank you dearly for this.
And you can see when you are finished with him, you have an option to draw out true strength.
Then shall we begin?
This actually allows you to level up for free, basically. You have 5 of those 3 level ups available to you. You do have to continue on through the game for a little bit. You can't just use them all up all at once. So we'll just go ahead and confirm the level up. And this will start the hollowing process. So now, every time you die, you will start looking more and more like beef jerky, the type of look that we're used to in Dark Souls and Dark Souls 1. But let's go ahead and check on Yoel's backstory as well.
I was once a sorcerer. Alas, the magic of Londor is a far cry from the wonders of Vinheim. But I can teach you what I know. Perhaps, more importantly, I believe that I can help tease out your true strength. We pilgrims of Londor are keenly aware that those branded by the dark sign possess something quite
And we get the
special.
Beckon gesture.
As I have said, alas, but I can perhaps.
As you can see, he also sells some spells, some sorceries. You do need to purchase those in order to get the trophy, so you don't have to do them all at once. And do keep in mind that even though he dies as part of his storyline, you can
Of ash.
purchase it from a different NPC once he is gone. So do keep that in mind. Now we're going to go ahead and check back with our souls and see if we can finally pull off that jump. And I think that was actually my first death in a playthrough so far. Which is not bad, but if you guys have been watching my guides for previous games, you do know that gravity is my worst enemy in these games. Oh, just missed it. Barely. Alright. I see how it is. And there's nothing much on that ledge. It's actually just the Firekeeper robes. But I do want to pick them up, and when you get to the lower level, you actually get a ring that's pretty helpful. It's an Estus Ring that increases the amount of health that you regenerate every time you drink an Estus. So pretty helpful, especially earlier on in the playthrough, since you probably are not going to have much better ring choices. As you can see right now, I have Blue Tear Stone Ring, which increases damage absorption when HP is low. And if you guys are familiar with Souls games, one thing you don't want to do is keep your HP low unless you're going for a specific Red Tear Stone build type. For Ring of Sacrifice, I really have no purpose for it outside of maybe going back to reclaim a large amount of lost souls or traversing through a dangerous area. Main purpose it serves is just basically making sure that you do not lose your souls. Alright, finally I was able to land it. 10 out of 10. And we get some Firekeeper armor. And over here is the main reason why we jumped here in the first place. You get an Estus Ring. It increases HP restored with Estus Flasks. A green ring crafted from shards increases HP restored by Estus Flask. This ring was entrusted to a certain firekeeper, but in the end she never met her champion, and the ensuing tragic farce became a favorite tale of the masses. Interesting. Would like to know more about that. Alright, and over here is an exit, guarded by Swordmaster, aka Samurai Jack. So this guy is kind of dangerous. He does possess some pretty strong attacks. You can't just push him off the ledge, kind of like what I did right here. And in order to get the items that he drops an Uchigatana. So I'm just going to go ahead and quit game and reload real quick. And it's kind of a trick that's been used throughout any FromSoft game. If an enemy falls to his death off the ledge, just go ahead and reload the game, and the items that the enemy usually drops should be right there where they were positioned last. So this way, for all of you Dex build guys, you will get your Uchi, which is a very good early game Dex weapon. And in addition to that, you also get his attire. Just go ahead. I do like my knight stuff, but Firekeeper stuff. Skirt worn by the guardian of the shrine, the Firekeepers were robbed of light to better serve as vessels for souls. Only those who cherished the right thing, searing darkness, were given the Keeper's black attire. Interesting. And Master's attire. Terribly worn shirt. Men are fond of wearing tails, weaving tales to explain the raggedness of their garb. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between flurries of blades unscathed, but alas, my clothes went to tatters. Alright, and that's why the NPC is called the Swordmaster. Let's see here, Firekeeper gloves. Okay, not a bad look, actually. Yep. That is not an enemy. Okay, now that we've picked up the Firekeeper soul, let's go ahead and visit back with the Firekeeper and give her soul back. Check to see what Hawkwood has to say.
Ooh, yet to give in, eh? Good. What do you really know about? Let's take all the right.
And he gives you some info on some of the Lords of Cinder.
He developed a habit of devouring men. He ate so many that he bloated like a drowned pig, then softened into sludge. So they stuck him in the Cathedral of the Deep. And they, such as a lord, I suppose. But here I ask, at the foot of Lothric Castle, it was used to transport sacrifice.
Well, my character is technically female, so I don't think she's got a stone sword. Sorry, buddy.
At the foot of Lothric Castle, an old path. It was used to transport sacrifice.
Alright, and let's check with the Firekeeper.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place
Within my bosom.
Within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all.
Okay, now,
forgive me, sister.
as you can see, you have an option to heal the Dark Sigil. Do not, I repeat, do not do this, otherwise this will lock you out of one of the endings. What basically healing the Dark Sigil does, for a large number of souls you'll be able to heal hollowing. So you will no longer go hollow. This will prevent your character looking through, like, through you walk through like a piece of beef jerky. Besides that, I really don't see too much use for that, outside the fact also that it closes out one of the storylines that's available to you. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and check out on the rest of Firelink Shrine Tower. There's an important NPC there as well, so let's just go ahead and put the helmet back on. Should I go with the Steel Soldier helmet? Nah, that looks stupid. Looks like the guy from Spaceballs. Darth helmet. Okay, so going back up here, there's a little spot. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed this already, but there's a little spot where you can just jump off. Okay. And first, let's just go ahead and knock this ladder down so we can get back up on this rooftop at any time. As you can see, there's actually a crystal lizard right there. And going to pick up some Twinkling Titanite shards. They upgrade special weapons. Okay, and let's just go back up real quick. There's still some items here that I want to pick up. Homeward Bones, for example. And there's a little hidden area on top of the Firelink Shrine here in the rafters. And pick up another Estus Shard. But that's not it. We also have an illusory wall here. And another item is hidden here, and this is the Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. This gives you more souls per kill. Let's check on it. Fallen foes yield more souls. Silver ring depicting a snake that could have been but never was a dragon. Fallen foes yield more souls. Snakes are known as creatures of great avarice, devouring prey even larger than themselves by swallowing them whole. If one shackles are caused for discontent, perhaps it is time for some old-fashioned greed. Alright, and for now we don't really have any better choices for rings, so I'm going to go ahead and equip that. And let's go ahead and level up our Estus Flask of Andre.
Just good. What needs, Smith?
Alright. And this will put us at, I believe, 7 Estus Flask shards. Yep, now we got 7. And to top it off, there's another NPC, and it's Pickle-pum, the Crow Trader. Basically serves the same purpose as they did in Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and Dark Souls 2. You can trade off some of your items and get different items with the Crow. So let's go ahead and see what we can get for the items that are currently available to us. Okay, let's start with fire bombs. Just you can leave one. This time, you no longer have to close out of the game. The item is exchanged immediately. So I got one large Titanite shard, and I can't exchange the rope fire bomb, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try the black fire bomb, and let's see what we get for that. Now we got a Titanite chunk. That is gonna come in handy most definitely. Let's see if we can pawn an alluring skull. And you get a hello carving. No luck with Undead Hunter Charms. Rusted gold coin. Let's see what we get for that. Nothing. I haven't actually checked the list, so I'm kind of going in blind on this. Do know you can get a couple of gestures though. And yeah, here we go. We got the call over gesture and iron bracelets. If you guys remember iron bracelets, those belong to Solaire, famous Sombro. So I don't think we get anything for the sunlight medal. Okay, so that's it for now. I don't think we get anything for rubbish either. Let's see here. Nope. But we did get another new gesture, and it's call over. And enjoy the beautiful view from up here. On this note, I'm gonna stop with today's episode. In the next episode, we're gonna continue in the Undead Settlement. So thank you very much for watching, and you have a great day.